Hello, thank you for joining this webinar on behalf of Transforming the Trent Valley. My name is Jez Bretherton for Historic England, and we're joined today by Robin Jackson, Manager of Worcestershire Archaeology, and we're going to be looking at an introduction to COSMIC, the conservation of scheduled monuments in cultivation. So what is COSMIC? COSMIC is a method for assessing risk to the huge range of archaeological sites in the English landscape that are at threat from arable cultivation, using desk-based research, questionnaires, and targeted fieldwork. There are numerous scheduled monuments across our landscape, many of which are scheduled monuments. These are protected by legislation, but there are others that aren't protected by legislation, but may be of national importance. COSMIC can be used to assess the risks of cultivation to all these sites. Ploughing and farming practices can be damaging both physically to below ground archaeology, but earthwork sites surviving as earthworks can also be truncated by cultivation techniques as well. We believe that there are 30% of the scheduled monuments on Heritage at Risk Register that are considered to be at risk, and many more that are vulnerable to damage through cultivation. There's two examples here. The first is a Roman mosaic, which has been scarred by ploughing. And on the right-hand side, a Neolithic site, the ditches of which have been scored by plough scars as well. And I'm going to pass on to Robin.
So COSMIC was originally developed by Oxford Archaeology and then was taken forward as COSMIC Plus by Worcestershire Archaeology working with Natural England in 2009. The difference with COSMIC Plus is that it adds to the original desk-based approach a built-in fieldwork element, which provides extra data to help confirm cultivation depths, test archaeological information, and helps give a strong evidence base for providing recommendations for management options. Three factors underpin a COSMIC risk assessment. Management factors, which are how the farmer cultivates their land, the types of crops that they plant on it. Site intrinsic factors, which are things like slope, rainfall, erosion, and archaeological factors, which are the importance of the archaeological site, the nature of the archaeological evidence, be it earthworks, buried remains. The first stages of an assessment work on a desk-based basis, so they collect data from the farmer and from archaeological records. It's supported by a site walkover and the questionnaire that the farmer fills in. This is an example of a farmer questionnaire. On the right, you can see a site that we tested, a Neolithic monument, and the crop marks that represent it. And on the left, you can see the farmer questionnaire. And this asks questions about the crops they're planting, the way they establish those crops, so whether they plough the site, whether they use a cultivator, which goes a lot more shallowly, whether they do things like put land drains in, whether they de-stone. It's all sorts of questions about how the farmer looks after their land. Once we've got all the desk-based information on the archaeology and how the land's managed, we undertake some field work, which is designed to test the information that we found out from our desk-based work and give us a greater degree of confidence that in our understanding of what's going on. We use two things: test pits and small-scale trenches. This image shows one of our test pits. They're really small. We just dig them through the cultivation soils down to the point where we have the interface with archaeology. And we're looking to confirm the depth that cultivation currently and in the past has gone. And we're also looking to see if there's a thing called a buffer, which is effectively like a protective layer between where cultivation's happening now and where the archaeology starts. Once we've got all the data, it's fed into scoring sheets on those three factors: the archaeological factors, the intrinsic factors, and the management factors. And that provides us with an overall risk score. And as you can see at the top there, we've got 5 levels: serious, high, moderate, low, and minimal. And what we do is we model against different cultivation practices to see how different approaches to farming the land affect the level of risk that's posed to the archaeology. And I'm going to hand back to Jez now to talk about management options.
Thank you, Robin. Yes, as archaeologists that have carried through the cosmic risk assessment can help farmers to understand that risk, where in their management practices they might effect change to do things that are less damaging to the archaeology. That might be to adopt non-inversion cultivation or reducing the depth of cultivation, commonly known as minimum tillage. It might be to put a site that's under arable back to grassland. But it also increasingly farmers are interested in improving their own health of the soil, employing regenerative techniques to build up their own soil, which after all is the main resource for a farmer in which to grow their crops. Government provides incentivized schemes under what is currently called countryside stewardship, which has options to protect the archaeology on the land. So thank you for listening. And if you want to look at further information, it's there for you. Thank you.